Hey everybody. You know that sometimes in the shop projects just sort of spontaneously happen. You don't go there with a specific idea or a plan in mind, and you just, maybe you pick through the scrap bin and you end up with something. I found this scrap of Spanish cedar, and I have these Swann Morton scalpel blades. They are non-sterile disposable scalpel blades. So I took the scrap of Spanish cedar. Actually, I sawed a kerf through the end of it with my bandsaw. I stuck one of the scalpel blades in there, and I drilled and countersunk a hole for a screw. And then I just simply took a French curve and sketched out a general handle shape that I kind of like. And now to secure this blade in there, because this blade is going to wiggle up and down, I have sketched the blade position out on the front of the handle. I'm going to line the blade with that. I've cut out a few little pieces of walnut veneer. It's going to be glued into place like that. There'll be another one on the bottom to support it, to keep this from moving. And then I'll just cut off the surplus once the glue dries and cut the handle out to shape.
And a couple coats of bullseye blonde shellac. Should be plenty tough enough for a shop knife. Now, I'm not a carver, but I decided to test this thing out on a piece of poplar and try and do a little bit of chip carving. And I was just really starting to feel pretty good about my knife. And yeah, the piece of walnut gave away. And apparently the glue joint just seemed like it didn't have any glue on the inside of it. When it came out, it was perfectly clean, even though I used a lot of glue when I put it in there. So this time I decided to try CA glue. And yes, right here I do almost glue my thumb to the knife. So, quick repair here with CA glue. Also put a little bit on the top for good measure. A little touch up with some sandpaper. And get back in business here. Now here I decided not to take any more chances, and I put my finger on top of the knife blade while I made some of these cuts. I just didn't want to break it again. But I think the CA glue actually helped out quite a bit because as I was using it, it seemed pretty sturdy. Now, I didn't really make this as a chip carving knife, so really I had like a marking knife in mind when I made it, but I kind of just wanted to see how it would work out. I was curious how sharp those blades were, and they're fairly thin too, and I thought, I've always wanted to try chip carving, so I thought this might be a sort of a good blade, a good knife to give that a try, and I think it still is, but there's obviously, better and stronger designs that would hold that blade in there than that walnut veneer, and I might experiment with that some more, but overall I think it's a pretty solid idea and definitely worth doing.